Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, anywhere where you dey, now you are the great. This morning, my name is Queen Blessing Biggest, popularly known as Black Queen. I'm an Hollywood actress and a filmmaker. I'm the president and founder of Queen Blessing Foundation and the vice president of Association of Movie Producers Nigeria. This morning, I just want to talk about Ike Ekweremadu's case, that's our former deputy senate president. So, this whole issue has been in the news since last week, and I've not really said anything because I've been studying the issue and the fact that the issue is in court. And when things are in court, I don't like talking about them. But as a mother, I'm not able to really keep quiet about this. I just feel like if I don't talk about this, maybe I don't know who my video will be helping when I talk about this. Maybe not because of this, maybe in future. Okay, so a lot of people are blaming Ike Ekweremadu. A lot of people are saying that he wanted to illegally harvest that boy's organs, that him and his wife are frauds, are this and that. Remember that few days or a week before this incident, Ike Ekweremadu made a video where he was talking about how Peter Obi should wait for his time, and how the East are going to vote for Atiku and not him, and that he should come back to PDP, they want him back and all of that. Now, a lot of people didn't take it well, especially a lot of youths who are supporting Peter Obi didn't take it well. But in my own opinion, I didn't expect Ekweremadu to say something different. The reason is this: the man is a PDP man. I mean, you cannot go out there and talk against your party. Is it possible? When Peter Obi was in PDP, he was always talking good things about PDP. Even now that he has left PDP, I've never heard him say anything bad about PDP or about their candidate Atiku or any other person. Remember that in the last election, 2019, Peter Obi was a running mate to Atiku, and that was PDP. So, I mean, no sensible human being will come and condemn PDP and Atiku and then is supporting Obi. The truth of the matter is that Obi was part of them until he left a few weeks ago. So if Ike Ekweremadu is talking about his party, how they will win the election and all of that, I don't see why anybody will now be angry because of that. The man is talking about his party. Put yourself in his shoes. If you belong to a certain party, won't you talk for them? That is one. Let's leave that aside. So a lot of people are happy that he has this problem because they are angry about what he said about their party and the Southeast voting for Atiku in the forthcoming election. I want you people to look beyond politics and look at your humanity side. Put yourself in his shoes as a father. Put his wife in your shoes as a mother, and see what you will see, how your perspective is going to change about this issue. If your child is sick, I'm putting it to you that you will do everything humanly possible to make sure your child is okay. Even if they tell you to kill somebody, I'm telling you, until you find yourself in a position where your child is sick, where your child is between life and death, you will never be able to know exactly how you react. I have a son. My son is 16 and I have 5 adopted children, and I'm telling you that for any time my son was sick, or any time my child is sick, or any time any of my children are sick, I feel like life is leaving me. And we're talking about normal sickness like malaria and everything. We're not talking about this very critical health where you have to look for someone to donate an organ for you or whatever it is. So I know how it feels for a child or for somebody's child to be sick, because I've been in that shoes. So I am thinking differently and I am seeing things differently. Now, I saw a letter that Ike Ekweremadu wrote to the UK embassy, and he explained exactly what that boy was going to do in the UK. This boy is an adult. He only went there to claim he's 15 because story changed, and I'm going to get to that. This boy is an adult. He's 22 or thereabouts, according to the evidence and the passport. His passport is out, his NIN is out on public. All these things you can verify, they are on social media. So the passport and everything shows us that this guy is an adult. Okay, Now, this is what I also saw someone who talked about this whole issue on Channel TV, And the man talked about a lot of things. He said that Ike Ekweremadu was just being greedy, and that if he had done his own part of the bargain, that the boy wouldn't have done what he did. And I think I want to agree with him. Now, let me kind of, for those of you who didn't watch it, let me kind of go back to what they were talking about. Now, the boy is an adult. He agreed to donate his organs, according to what the man was talking about on Channels News. Now, when they got to the UK, the doctors found out that the kidney was not a match to that of the daughter of Ike Ekweremadu. Now, you know that is not the boy's fault. It's not the boy's fault that his kidney was not a match. Now, the agreement, according to this person talking on Channels News, was that the boy was going to go to the UK, donate one of his kidneys to Ike Ekweremadu's daughter, and then remain in the UK. They will finance him, fund him, maybe he will go to school or whatever it is. Now, when they got there and the kidney was not a match, Ike Ekweremadu decided to bring him back home. Now, we all know that people are looking for ways to leave this country, and that is because our leaders, including him, because he's our leader, he's one of our leaders, including him, have failed us. No good hospitals, no good road, no lights, nothing. A lot of people find every reason to run away from Nigeria. So now a boy, out of desperation to go out of this country, accepted to donate his kidney to your daughter. You got there, the kidney was not a match. You then decide you want to bring him back. Why? You have this money, and this would have cost you, this would have kept this whole mess from happening if you just followed the agreement. This guy, the boy, yes, it's not a good thing for the boy to now lie, but it's out of desperation. The boy is desperate. He doesn't want to come back, and he knows if he says he's underage, the UK government will not send him back. They will keep him there. That's the issue, and that's why he did what he did. Somebody must have advised him to do that. I feel so sorry for the family. I feel so sorry that the whole world now knows exactly what's happening to their daughter. Maybe it's even for a good cause, because everybody is now praying for them. And before you know, God can just, divine healing from nowhere, from God can just happen. This girl will just be fine. Okay, what am I driving at? If we had good hospitals, the surgery would have been done here. There won't be any need for all this drama. Immediately you get to the hospital and the kidney is not a match, you will go back home. Not so. Or maybe you would have asked for money. Maybe they should pay you some down payments and everything. And by the time you've collected your down payments and you go to the hospital and the kidney is not a match, you will just go and relax. They won't ask you for the down payments. The only thing, maybe you will not get balance. That is it. But the hospitals are not good. And also, what he could have done, even if you don't do the surgery here, couldn't he have taken the boy to the hospital for them to find out if the kidney was a match or not? I mean, there are so many due diligence that he didn't do. Maybe he didn't want people to know, or whatever it is, or he just felt that he didn't want to risk the boy's life and risk his daughter's life. Whatever it is, bottom line is that if we had good hospitals in Nigeria, he will not be facing this mess that he is facing. However, I feel so sorry for him and his family, and I hope that the courts in the UK will give out a judgment that will favor him and also favor the boy in question. I want to believe that that boy is lying because he's desperate to stay abroad, and I want to believe that there's a solution for everything and everything will work out fine at the end of the day. I just want to use this medium to pray for the family of Ike Ekweremadu, that whatever it is that you're going through now, don't think that God has neglected you. Don't think that God has turned his back on you. Probably God is just using this to teach you people a lesson, and to teach other people, other leaders a lesson, that you should fix your country rather than run to another man's country every time for medical care. You should go to another man's country for holiday. Yes, it's okay, because they come to our own country for holidays as well. But even if you want to do medicals in another man's country, make sure that your own country is fantastic enough, can do such a job, can even do more than that, that it will now become your choice to choose to go somewhere else as a destination for medical care. That would be my advice to the family of Ike Ekweremadu, and my prayer. And for this boy, please, because of God, speak the truth and shame the devil. Even if you come back to Nigeria, if God says that UK is your destination, something will happen and you will go back. Please, for the sake of God, for the sake of humanity, for the sake of these people who are looking for a way forward for their child, to save their child's life, speak the truth. You know that you are lying. Please speak the truth, I beg you. I love you guys.